Welcome to your Yoga for Beginners. We're going to be doing a slow flow. If you have a block or cushion available, it could be handy for today's practice. So let's get started. We'll begin by kneeling down on your mat. Now place your left knee to the floor and then your left hand to the floor as well. We'll extend the right leg out to the side and then begin to press your hips forward. Now you can always elevate this hand on a yoga block or anything suitable if you have it. But you can take the top arm now, your right arm, and reach overhead. Take a big stretch and breathe here. Holding into your gate pose. Now with an exhale, bring your hips to your heels. Start to lean forward and now reach your right hand towards your right leg. Inhale again, press forward, open the hips, reach and lengthen. Exhale again, coming back hips to heels. Inhale, reach forward. Open up. And then we'll start to turn down and slide the right leg in. And then begin to switch to the other side or other direction. So left leg will be out now. Right knee and right hand pressing to the floor. Now push the hips open. Try to feel the big stretch to the front of your hips. And now down the side by reaching your top arm up and over. Again, big inhale. Push, twist, and reach. Exhale now, bring your hips back to your heels. Reach around and stretch towards your left foot. Inhale, open, stretch and reach and lengthen. Exhale again, hips to heels. Reach around. And then come back forward, press up once more, open up. And now turn your spine back down, slide the knees in. And we're coming to the mat then, just into a brief child's pose. So you'll have your big toes to touch, knees wide. Then just sit your hips back toward your heels. Start to fold the torso, the upper body down. Outstretch your arms and then reach your forehead down toward the mat. This is another great place for a block if you have one to rest your forehead on top of it. So we just want to settle in here. Try to release. So with our breathing, we're going to try to breathe in deeply through the nose. And see if again you can exhale through the nose as well. You just want to emphasize steady breathing, trying to move with you, staying calm. Now outstretch your arms. You're going to spread your fingers as wide as possible. So push all 10 fingers into the mat. Then rise up and tuck your toes underneath the body. You're going to push into the toes, push into the hands, and then lift your hips up high. We're looking like it's an upside down V shape. What you want to do now is, instead of coming overhead like so with your shoulders over the wrists, start to tilt and lift your hips up. Push through the hands and try to open up the shoulders, open up the upper back, like you're trying to bring your arms up overhead, trying to reach them behind the head, behind the ears. Now just bend your knees slightly. Keep lifting your hips a bit higher, kind of tilting so you feel that stretch through the backside body. And we'll just breathe in once here. And then take the feet. We're just going to walk forward, steps, little steps up toward the top of your mat. You can bend your knees whenever you need to come to the top. And exhale, softly bend the knees to now round yourself forward. So soft bend in the knee, release the spine, release your head. So we're in a forward fold, and the idea is to release the spine, let your head relax, and we will stretch the backside body. You will feel the hamstrings, but keep the soft knee bend. Now we'll take a slow roll. So round the spine, really try to feel each vertebra lifting individually, curling up one by one as you rise to standing, rolling all the way up to standing. And now that we're here, we're going to take a shoulder roll. So with an inhale, roll the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, pull them back behind you, and then drop down the back. One more time. Inhale, roll the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, and drop down the back. Now we'll sweep the arms upward. So send the fingertips up to the ceiling. Now push down through your feet and find length up through the entire body. So you're trying to press down in order to grow taller. Straighten up through the fingertips. But now think about taking the shoulders and dropping them down away from the ears. So you don't want to elevate and lengthen through the shoulders or through the neck. So drop the shoulders down and now find length through the whole body. Breathe here. Exhale, now we'll bring the hands down together in towards your heart. So just rest the hands by your heart. Then you're going to take a step back with your left foot. So left foot will step back nice and long, and you're going to turn your foot at an angle. So kind of up toward the front corner of your mat. And now lengthen your front leg. So we want a straight front leg, straight back leg, and start to pull and tighten the muscles upward. Now with the arms, we'll open up, stretching the fingertips forward and back. Reach forward with your front hand, so your right hand as far as you can, as you kick your hips back, and then bring your fingertips to your shin just ever so lightly. Now open up, reach the top hand, your left hand up to the ceiling. We're going to find a triangle pose. So you're finding a balance between holding yourself upward and then resting down into the pose. But try to find that length again through the sides, through the arms. Breathe in. Now gently try to pull yourself back up using your abdomen. Draw your hands into heart center, bend into your front knee, and then you're going to step forward and exhale. Keep the left foot forward now and take a big step back with your right foot. Again, turning the foot up at an angle. Now lengthen both legs. Reach the arms out forward and back. And first come forward, stretching through the front arm, front leg, reach the sides forward, and then fingertips to shin. Open and twist, lengthening up, right hand to the sky now. Finding a triangle pose on this side. Think about rolling your top ribs open, squeezing your quadriceps. So think kneecaps coming up towards your hips. Gently rise the torso upward. Hands again to heart center. Bend into your front knee and step forward. And exhale. Sweep the arms out. Rise all the way up. Fingertips come to the sky. Again, find the length through the body, but the shoulders drop down away from the ears. Grow tall through the spine and breathe. Then you're going to dive down, start to round the spine, drawing in through the belly, roll through the spine, folding forward. As you exhale, roll into that forward fold. We're going to keep continuing from there. So bend your knees and then bring your hands to the floor. Bring one leg back, followed by the other. So now we're on all fours. Have to move your knees nice and wide. So they're going to come to the width of your mat with your toes coming in close to one another. Rock back, so you're sitting hips towards your heels. You're going to be stretching into the feet, into the toes. Then come back forward. Now we'll make a little bit of kind of circling motion with the hips. So shift to one side, rocking the heels, your hips to heels back, then coming to the other side, making a bit of a half circle, half moon, and then take it to the other side. So feel the shift and movement through the pelvis, through the spine. And of course, we're dropping back into the hips. Take that just a couple times here. And then we're going to sit the hips back one more time. So straight back, stretching through the toes, through the feet. And then come forward. Now untuck your toes and bring the knees together. Just sit all the way back, hips to heels, and then give a little stretch now through the wrists. So take as much pressure off of this as you need, and then you're gonna take the fingers and turn them towards you and palms toward the floor. So the further back you sit, the more intense this will be, but we're gonna try to plant the hands down and then sit hips to heels, trying to find a stretch coming into the wrists, into the forearms. We'll come back off of that stretch then, so bring the hips forward. And one more time, tuck back into a stretch. Come back forward once again, and we'll sit all the way back, hips to heels. Now interlace your fingers together. We're going to start to roll the wrists up and down. So you're starting to create this kind of roller coaster motion and just giving a bit of fluid and movement back into the joints. You can move it any which way to do so. So a bit of roll, and then start to circle the wrists in one direction and then the other. Now from our seat, we're going to just cross the ankles and then sit all the way back onto your sits bones into a cross-legged position. Find the most comfortable position here you can. Sometimes propping the hips up through a block or a cushion helps well here. Lengthen the spine now, and with an inhale, you're going to send the hands up overhead, find length, and then lift up through the spine. Now bring your left fingertips to the floor. Lengthen, and then exhale, lean by bending into your left elbow over to the side. Breathe again, stretching the side bodies. Inhale, rise up again. Left hand comes back up. And exhale, release your right fingertips to the floor. Again, lean over, bending the right arm this time. And then rise up one more time. And exhale, release both hands to the floor. Now, bring your right shin in front of you. So we're going to bring the right shin in front of you and start to lean into that side and kick your left leg back. So we're going to try to bend both knees at about 90 degrees each, and you might feel yourself sitting way over on your right side. You can again prop your right hip up to help pull you over to the middle as much as possible. If you don't have that prop right now, just use your hands slightly to bring yourself to the middle as much as you can. So push into the left hip. And now you're just going to walk forward as far forward as you can and lean into the front hip to stretch. Now you can choose how far you go here. We just want to fold and release as far as feels comfortable. And bringing again the torso forward, the stomach forward, and then drop your head to release. Inhale now, we're gonna walk the hands back. So just lean into your right side so that you can pull the left leg back around, and then we will switch directions here. So this time bringing left foot in front and setting right leg behind you. And looking for those about 90-degree bends through the knees, possibly a prop up on your left side, and then lean and push the torso as center as you can. Now we'll fold and hinge in the front hip. Begin to come as far down as you can, feeling that stretch in your front hip. And then release to where is comfortable. Find the steady breath to release. Once again, with the inhale, begin to press up and rise yourself upward. Once again, leaning to your left side to pull the right leg back around. And we're going to come into that cross-legged position one more time. So find that comfortable position, again, maybe propped upward, but sit as tall as you can through the spine. With an inhale, now bring your hands up to the ceiling. Stretch and reach. And you're going to turn to your left, start to rotate, and then drop your left hand behind you to the floor and your right hand across the body to your knee. So push up and start to twist, looking over your left shoulder, lengthening as far as you can through the spine. And now take a big breath in through the belly. And start to release the twist. Bring the arms back up to center. Inhale overhead. And now exhale, drop back down. This time, right hand behind you, left hand across the body, twisting toward your right. And then again, lengthen, pull, and twist. Release the twist. One last time, take a big inhale and send the fingertips up to the sky. Reach and lengthen as high as you can, and then we're going to take one big exhale. So seal the hands together and exhale through your mouth. Bring your hands back down to center, to your heart. Take one more deep breath in. And out, release. And settle in. Thanks for joining me for your Yoga for Beginners. Until next time.